So back to earlier story. Yeah, 40-40 survived. And now it's a bit of a weird one, because now where everyone was friends, now there's a split. There's a clear and divide split. So like the people I used to be around all the time and where I live are now against the people that from who I hang around with on a day-to-day basis. So it's a bit crazy. I remember, like, you told me, you know what, don't get involved. It's got nothing to do with you, sort of thing. And you think, just say, yeah, it's got nothing to do with you, but everyone's friends. So you're stuck in the middle. So I understand sometimes, this is where the learning part comes of it. I understand sometimes where, and I spoke about this last time, where, you know what, sometimes you have to sit on the fence. Sometimes just sit on the fence, because you can put yourself in a predicament, whereas now you are now a target for either camp, where you just say, all right, you guys are my people, I'm not involved, and you stay out of it. Yeah, then what happened was that it was sort of lots of tit for tat things happening, and then I can't remember the year, but I think it's the first year of college. I had a passer with my parents, and I said, no, I'm moving out of Peckham, I'm gonna live by myself. So I moved to East London. And them times there, I thought like I was some sort of big man trying to get a flat and everything as well. But anyway, so I moved that's when I first moved to Hackney anyway. And what happened then, there was a situation where then Mender, the one from Lewisham, he ended up being killed. So he was stabbed to death and he was killed in Old Kent Road. And that was a mad time as well, because then friends got arrested and friends ended up going in for that. And yeah, you just feel like, fucking hell, this could have all been avoided. So this is the education part for the youth. Like, you'll fall out with your friends, you fall out over things in life, but it's not worth killing over. It's not worth putting yourself in a place where you end up ruining your childhood. And then from the back of that, I guess it's that age where everyone started to sell drugs and so on. So the other group also started selling drugs. And then it got to the point that where X-Fighter was arrested, 40-40 had been arrested, Tim had been arrested, they all went to jail. So like everyone that was kind of involved on both camps ended up going to jail for whatever sort of reason was. But actually, I nearly forgot. Before Mender was even killed, and this was a legendary moment. It's like, obviously all this past has been going on, yeah? And that is Burgess Park. So I don't think they can ever do Burgess Park again, because the place is so dangerous now. But Burgess Park was like an annual festival that Southwark Council used to have in the main park in Southwark, Burgess Park. So everyone would turn up like a family day. So, and I think in Lewisham, you guys used to have something called People's Day. And then they have one in Lambeth as well, Brockwell Park. But Burgess Park, mate, so everyone's there, and no one expected them man, 40-40, Mender, X-Fighter them to turn up, because like, there's too many other people. There's no way you're gonna show up, bro. Like, I rate them forever for this. They turned up, 4 or 5. I think that's 5 of them, 5 man up. And what it was as well, this is the first time I see the Prada boots. So Mender and Tassa both were wearing Prada boots, and the Prada had like the whole set, and with the 3/4 lengths, they came down, and like, raw, they look slick in their gear, and everyone's like in shock, like, raw, these men actually really turned up. And then there was a whole melee happened over that day. It was all mad. But anyway, like moving on, like I said, Mender was eventually killed, and he passed. And yeah, so everyone's gone to jail, and so it's 2000 and so Tim he ended up getting arrested, and then he got deported. And then while he was in jail, even his younger brother was killed. I've done a story of Tim's younger brother. So his younger brother was killed in Southwark as well. He was stabbed by a guy from Lewisham, which is a sad moment for him and his family also. And then he ended up getting deported, ended up going to Nigeria, and now he's back he's in the States. He's in America right now. Ex-fighter got deported. He went back to Ivory Coast. I'm not sure. I think I've seen stuff on Facebook with him being in Europe somewhere. He could still be back in Ivory Coast. I'm not sure. And then the saddest one was that the one that I was closest to, which was 4040, and he called me in 2010. I was in Pentonville. I had a phone and he managed to get my number off my ex-missus at the time. He got my number and he called me. And me and him sat down and spoke. He's like, yeah, man, he's moved to Brighton. He's living in Brighton right now. He's got like a shop over there. He's doing business and everything. And then like that's 2011. Sorry, 2011. And then 2012, I believe. I can't remember. No, let me try to. No, 2013. Yeah, in 2013, I'm in HMP Highdown. And I'm speaking to my mum, and she was like, "Oh, I just went to Inongo's funeral." Oh, hang on, hey, you might have seen this. No gym, no gym. But anyway, yeah. What do you call it? Nah, I didn't put my arm down. I'm gassing myself. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, my mum said just went to Inongo's funeral. I'm like, what do you mean Inongo's funeral? She said, yeah, 40-40. Like, but mom didn't say 40-40, she just said, yeah, Inongo. Or Geris, his name was Geris, French. But before that's what happened, my brother never pretend to be telling me, they'll be seeing him, and he'll be saying that, oh, he turned, look, he's suffering from mental health. And they'll see him outside the church saying that the devil's trying to get him, and he's seeing things, the devil's trying to kill him. And it's just like people just see him walking up and down, and it was sad. I was thinking, what happened to 40-40? And apparently, he committed suicide. He jumped into Brighton Pier, and his body was recovered a few days later. And so that's Mendes dead, 40-40 dead, Tim deported, ex-fighter deported, and last I heard was Tassa was in jail, but I've not heard much from him in over the years. But it's sad, man. It's sad, and that's why I encourage you youths out there, man. Just try and follow the right path, man. Like, fighting and everything is not even worth it. Gangs and that is not even worth it. Like, in the end, everybody loses out. Everybody loses out in the end. There's no winners. So that's another one of my stories. I hope you guys take heed and listen.